It's the start of another week of my video diary. I am off to New Zealand. I'm just waiting for my taxi. My bag is packed. I've got this incredible 10-kilogram weight with my wife's name scribed on it. I'm going to be putting it in my rucksack. I'm going to be reading one of my favorite books. I tend to read this book once a year, Think and Grow Rich. And I really want to take you on this journey. I am going to be meeting some incredible people. I'm speaking at some big events. I'm seeing one of my oldest friends who I've not seen for 35 years. I'm going to see some of the most beautiful country in the world. I want to take you with and share this epic adventure with you. Where's the taxi? And you know what? There is a storm blowing out here right now. Definitely one extreme to another. From winter, let's go for summer. It's pretty busy here. What is going on? Okay, I got 1 hour until I board, and then it's a 7.5 hour flight to Doha with a 2.5 hour layover, and then a 15-hour flight to Auckland. So it's going to be a lot of flying. So I need to get some steps in because I'm going to be sitting down for a long time. So got a couple of bottles of water. I've got 1 hour. I'm just going to walk for an hour, keep walking around the airport, and yes, but I'm ready to take flight on the longest flight of my entire life. I just had an incredible conversation with a lady who's been following me for a long time. Her name is Dr. Glenda. She does amazing work in the field of resilience, and I love resilience. Resilience to me is all about our ability to just keep moving forwards, moving through what is difficult. And obviously that massively aligns to everything to me about intention, because intention is the knowing that something is going to be difficult, something is going to be challenging. And I think everybody knows that to achieve anything in life of significance is bound to be, there's going to be some element of physical, mental, emotional discomfort. But it's moving through that's where the growth is. That's where that feeling. And what was amazing about talking to her today was just, we're both very similar types of people in terms of we're just here to serve. We are here to serve. She just sent me a picture of Think and Grow Rich because we were talking about that. I've got a copy of that in my rucksack, which I'm going to be reading again. I tend to read it every year and have done for, I don't know how long, 15 years maybe. So just going to let's see if I can get 10,000 steps before getting on the plane. This is my first time in Qatar. I'm not going to be leaving the airport. I'm definitely going to get some more steps in. That was a 7-hour flight. Now, in about 2 hours, we've got a 15-hour flight. Yes! Come on. I cannot believe how big this airport is. Absolutely massive. And there's Harrods shop here. All I want is some nuts and a toilet. Should I buy some nuts from Harrods? Or is that a little bit excessive? Wow. Harrods. Okay. Now you have to check this out. Take a look at this bambino. What is that all about? Hey? I think that's got to be the biggest teddy bear in the world. So I am finally here, finally in New Zealand after, well, I don't know how long. That was a long journey, but I made it. I had 3 seats to myself coming out here. So no complaints. I just need to find where I'm going. Wish me luck. That's definitely my time of the morning. It is 5:30, I think. Look, for the first thing I'm seeing in Auckland is the morning. This is my time of the day, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what unfolds, what happens as a result of me being here for 6 weeks, which is a long time. But now I need to find my shuttle, off-site shuttle service. That could be it. I've been in Auckland for a few hours, and I've got to stay awake basically. So I've just come out for a walk, and I'm going to go down to the coast. But I've just come to this tree, and I have to tell you, this is the most extraordinary tree I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, I'm a big fan of Mother Nature, but just look at this. Could someone explain this to me? It's just really hard to get to show you. Obviously, look, some of this tree has grown under the ground and come back up, right, and then formed more tree. It is just unbelievable. Look at it. Look how it's grown out. There, look. When I was flying over here, I watched a film about William Shatner, who plays Captain Kirk, and maybe some of you have seen. He went up with the space rocket of Jeff Bezos, went up into space, and he said it was the most incredible experience of his life. But he was just getting very upset, obviously, about Mother Nature and kind of what we're doing to it, and just how beautiful it is and how we can take it for granted. I'm going to get up here in a second. This tree is just unbelievable. Look, it just goes on and on. And there's another tree over there as well, but wow, I just had to share this with you. Look, I do love trees. This reminds me of something out of Lord of the Rings. So the goal is to stay awake until tonight. Wish me luck. I'm actually going to meet some friends this afternoon. Maybe they'll keep me awake or slap me around the face. But wow, what a tree. What a tree! So the first thing I've decided to do is go swimming in a 60-metre pool, which I've just found. I've just bought a swimming costume, bought some goggles, and we're going swimming in here. This is bound to wake me up. This is salt water in here as well. Yeah, I think this is heated to 36 degrees in here. That was just what the doctor ordered, and it's still only 10 o'clock in the morning, but I am determined to stay awake, whatever it takes. But that was amazing. And I also got in a saltwater kind of hot bath as well. So, wow, feel a bit sleepy now. No, I'm gonna stay awake. Come on, got to stay awake. And now sitting on a branch of a tree. But the tree I'm on is, without doubt, the most incredible tree I've ever seen. I was in a place in Ireland not long ago, and there were some trees there that were very, very, very old, lovely trees. But this is something else, and this is why I'm also just recording this, because I never ever want to forget this tree and just see how deeply rooted it is and how big it is and how far it goes out. It's just unbelievable. And when I was coming over here, I watched a documentary on the airplane called You Can Call Me Bill. And it's all about William Shatner, the actor from Star Trek. And he is in his 90s, and recently he went up in a rocket with Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, and he went into space. You know, his whole motto in Star Trek was to boldly go where no man has gone before. And that's science fiction, right? But a lot of science fiction can come true. Like, who would have believed all those years ago that people would go into space? Well, some people obviously did, and maybe some of the ones who made it happen, but he went into space. And he said he had this massive epiphany when he was up there, just around how beautiful Mother Earth actually is and what we're doing to Mother Earth. You know, Mother Earth, the female energy of Earth, this wonderful thing that we live on that is so incredible. I met some people this morning. I arrived, and my goal is to stay awake and not go to sleep until tonight. I'm going to do my very best. I went for a walk, and I ended up going swimming in a 60-meter outdoor pool, and I met a couple from Sweden, and they were telling me about the different places in the world that they've been to, and I was thinking, wow, isn't this world just incredible? Isn't this world so beautiful? Isn't there so much for us to do, so much for us to explore? And this tree is just one of the most incredible things I have ever seen in my entire life. I cannot believe how incredible this tree is. And you might think, well, it's only a tree. Well, if we didn't have trees, we'd have a problem. And you know, the way we should take care of nature, I think, is the fact that we don't is a direct relation to our relationship to ourselves, how business is done. And in making this, and not just sharing this with you, just would really like you to think about just how solid your foundations are. This tree is so rooted into the ground. It must be so much of what you can't see. If we see this out here, what about what's going on underneath? All of the roots. And those roots growing in the dark. And what I've observed in myself is how much I have grown through the challenging seasons that I've been through. And I'm sure you have as well. But what I'd love to know from you is, what's really important to you? What are your intentions? I just sat here where I'm sitting right now, and I just spoke to Dr. Ray, who's, you know, my coach. He's my friend, he's my mentor. And I was talking to him about, we were talking the other day, and he knows me so well that he spoke about some stuff about me. And at the end of what he said, I said, Ray, you know me so well. And that's because he's so invested in me, in learning about me and what's important to me. And I'm so lucky to have someone like that in my life. And we were talking about that the fuel of intention is turbocharged by the people around you who support you on your mission, your vision, what you're working on. Just look what this tree can do. It's a part of nature, and so are you. And even though you might just be listening to this, I'm filming it as well because I would love you to see what I'm looking at. I'd love you to think about your life and the foundations that you have laid and where you're going. What are you growing into? Because we're all growing. There's some people coming up here. I wonder if they think the same thing about this tree, because I would have literally come across the world just to see this tree. Literally, I would have traveled thousands of miles just to be here. Every day that I'm in Auckland, if I can, I'm going to come and spend some time in this tree. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to reflect. I'm going to meditate, and I'm going to feel the power of nature, because, you know, what nature does, it grounds us. There's so many people I want to show this to. I'm going to show them my face. I want them to see this and marvel in this. And maybe one day when you might come to New Zealand, that you might just take a moment and think, wow, what's the intention of this tree? What is the intention of this tree? What is it? I think it's just to grow, right? But also, it's obviously has, what else does it do? There are flowers on the tree. Do those flowers feed the bees? What else? The birds that maybe eat off something that's in this tree. It's this symbiotic nature, symbiotic relationship in nature that we're all a part of. We're all connected. I think there's never been a more important time than for us to wake up and realize, what are we doing? What are we doing to this earth? What are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to each other? What do you reckon? I would love to know. Let me just give you one more look. Look at this beautiful rose garden, look. See? Unreal. So beautiful. All these colours. Again, you just look at what nature is. So beautiful. Nature would give us this. I know I might seem a little bit like David Attenborough at the moment, or David Bellamy, for those of you that remember, people that just loved and love nature. I think we should all be asking ourselves the question, what do we need to do to protect our world? What do we really need to do? Look how beautiful they are, look. Wow. Just incredible. These colours. Oh. It's not very often that Pete Cohen is lost for words. It's like I just came at just the right time. Some flowers have had their day, but some are, and there's more. Look how red they are. Wow. So beautiful in here. Really amazing. One of the most beautiful trees I've ever seen is that big tree over there. And what tree is that? You know, the one that's it's massive. What's it called? And what type of tree is it?
It's a New Zealand native.
So and how old do you think that tree might be?
The big one on the hillside is 200 years old.
Yeah.
Plus.
Honestly, it's one of the most beautiful trees I've ever seen.
It's over 200 years old.
I've just spent a couple of hours with it. I'm going to go back and see it again later.
That was really cool.
Thank you. I had the most amazing lunch. It's unbelievable. It was an omelette with all the trimmings, avocado, bacon, and a whole load of other greatness, onions, courgettes. And then I met this most incredible man. I was actually going to film him telling his story. He's 87. He lost his wife 10 years ago. It's just fascinating listening to him talking about how he's dealt with it and his faith that he knows that he will see his wife again. I just thought that was just so beautiful. And now I'm going off to go and see a friend of mine who's from the UK, who lived here for many years. And they came over here for her 60th birthday to see Coldplay, because she wanted to see Coldplay and there were no tickets left in the world. So they decided to, why not, come to New Zealand to see Coldplay. And I am just on my way to see her. Let's go. So, according to this, I'm almost on top of Pippa and I'm very, very, very close to her. So, hopefully, she will be walking towards me. Isn't this amazing when you meet friends on the other side of the world? Literally, you couldn't meet them any further away than where they are. But we shall see. Now, according to this, I am on top of Pippa. Pippa! There she is. Got you! How are you?
All right, how are you?
Day 2 here in Auckland. So I went to bed last night at 6:30 p.m. and I I actually slept quite well. Woke up at 3. That's enough sleep. Just I adjust to being here. Really love being here. Now I am going to go on a boat trip to a place called Davenport, and I'm going to see Pippa, who I saw yesterday, and see her partner, Ian Turley, who we went to university together many years ago. Ian and Pippa used to live here, and they're incredible people. We're going to go on a bit of a hike. They've just come over here. They came over here for Pippa's 60th birthday for them to see Coldplay. She wanted to see Coldplay, but they were sold out all over the world. And the only place they could find that there were tickets left to see Coldplay was in New Zealand. So they saw Coldplay the other day. They're staying here for a bit before they go back to the UK, and I'm going to spend a bit of time with them today. And I'm going to take you on a little boat trip. Let's go. I tell you, one of the things I do see here a lot, how friendly people are. Lots of people say hello, you know, which is really nice. And lots of people are very active. There's got a real buzz around this place. But today is going to see a little bit of beauty. So look, I've actually got free membership here for the time I'm here, in here, Les Mills. But I'm not sure I'm actually going to go into the gym, to be honest. I might do, I might not. What I love to do is walk with this 10 kilogram weight in my back, but we'll see. I think it'll be good to kind of go and see what goes on after having spent so many years of my life working in gyms. Be a try hard. Be a try hard. Be a try hard. Be imperfect. I like it. Because let's face it, we're all imperfect, eh? So it's as simple as it's like being at home. You're just going to tap. Just tappage. Let's go in here. Not going to show you that number. There we go. Tap. We're in. Wow. That was simple, wasn't it? We're going number 2. Number 2. Here we go. Davenport leaves in 15 minutes. I'm a little bit early. I wonder if I can get on the boat. No, I'm going to have to wait. That's all right. It's just too early. That's always been me. Always catching the, getting ahead of everybody else. That's the story of my life. And there's a time and a place for it. But I often spend my life just being busy when I don't actually have to be. But yeah, might as well just sit and chill or get some more steps in. Which one would you do and why? So I'm here with Ian and Pippa. How long have we known each other for?
Too long.
How long?
Long time.
How long?
Well, we 98,
89.
89. Yes,
September,
that's right, yeah. I
September
was
89.
86, you were later, that's right, yeah. So yeah, since then at college, a long time ago.
And Ian and Pippa, we've been in each other's lives ever since then, really.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of strange that we are here because I was with you guys in the UK. So how long did you live here for?
9 years.
9 years. And what was that like? What was that like living here?
Well, we brought the children up here and it's absolutely fantastic because they had a very outdoors life and very relaxed. Lots of sport, lots of swimming, running. Yeah, they had a pool.
We arrived in New Zealand with a 7 and a 5-year-old and we left in 2012 with a 16, 14
and 7. We had an extra child when we were here.
Really? I thought you were going to say we arrived here with £5 in our pockets.
That was the £1 Poms who came over here and did that, but that was many years ago. No, we had many wonderful years here, Pete. Yeah, it was great.
I absolutely think it's amazing. It's got a real island feel to it. People are really friendly. People are very active. So why did you go home? Why did you leave?
You need to talk to Pippa about that.
Well, we didn't really want to leave, but parents were getting on a bit, and we felt that we needed to be back really because of that. And also, actually, because we were in such a beautiful bubble, we did want to show them, our children, more. There's more to life than this beautiful, island in the Pacific, and show them Europe. So we took them back. Yeah. And they don't regret it. They're very fond of New Zealand.
So why did you come here? Tell us the story of why you came here back.
Well, one of my school friends was living here, wanted to come and visit her, and also look at it with a view to maybe moving here. And when we landed for a month's holiday, Ian got offered a job. So we just thought, okay, let's do it.
It's one of those situations in life where the stars
aligned.
And I was with Homes Place for 12 years, and that journey came to an end literally the day before we left to come to New Zealand on holiday. And I'd had a relationship with Philip Mills in terms of the work that we've done.
Philip Mills is one of the founders of Les Mills.
Well, I mean, Philip is the founder of Les Mills. His father, Les Mills, was the mayor of Auckland, and that family is well renowned for actually being athletes in their own rights.
So when we talk about Les Mills and the impact that Les Mills has had on the health and fitness of the world, what would you? How significant is that?
Oh, amazing! I mean, Philip put group fitness on the map. He managed to create a system for group fitness that was ever evolving. He created different programs set to music, choreographed, and really elevated the whole idea of group fitness and training together. So, he's instrumental for that.
And you worked for Les Mills when you were here?
I did, yeah. I looked after the clubs in New Zealand as the sort of sales and marketing. Came here with the intention of doing a couple of years to decompress after the UK, and ended up doing 9 years. And to be honest with you, Pete, I mean, I'd lost love for the industry when I left Homes Place, and when I came back to New Zealand,
because it's honest, our stories are very intertwined, right? So not only did we go to university together, you were a few years ahead of me, but we also worked in the same gym.
Yep.
And then you went to London, and I told Pippa yesterday the story of I applied for loads of jobs, got turned down when I left university, or loads of gyms. And because of my dad being a friend of one of the owners of Homes Place, who I think then reached out, just asked, what do you think of this guy, Pete Cohen?
And I didn't think much of him.
No, I didn't. I didn't get the job, and the rest is history. No, I did get the job, and I'm working at the job. Yeah. And that was the second club that Homes Place had. They were working at.
I was looking after a number of the clubs for Homes Place at the time, and that was my start in the fitness industry, proper start in the fitness industry. Actually, before then, we worked at InShape together in Cheltenham. Do you remember that? That's how the fitness journey really started. It goes back as far as that when we were at college.
And this Saturday, there's a big convention here that you're going to come and you're going to heckle me, right?
Of course not. but I might throw stones from the sideline.
I'm
going to be there in the evening as well.
The Friday night dinner or
the Saturday night awards dinner. I've managed to get myself a little pass with the Les Mills crew, so I'm going to be on that table, catching up with old friends, and getting a reminder of what fitness New Zealand is all about. They've got it worked out, really. They always have done. Look at this place.
It is. It's amazing. I'm going to come on this. Can I come in the middle between the two of you?
Yeah.
So I want to talk to Pippa. So Pippa is also just freaking fantastic. You are awesome.
Oh,
you do know that, right?
Thanks.
You do know that, right?
Yeah, well, it's nice when you tell me that, yeah.
Well, first off, I want to thank you because you've been working with EMS. Tell us what EMS is.
Electric muscle stimulation.
I've been using that now for, 2 months, and I told you yesterday it's made such a huge difference.
Yeah.
What's so good about it?
Well, it's basically enhancing a workout by wearing a special suit. You've got electrodes that are activating muscle fibers, more muscle fibers than you can actually work in conventional training. So that's fantastic. It's really good for just keeping muscle strength and tone as well, which is really important as we age. As we all know, we lose that. So.
Well, I'm very, very grateful, and as you know, I really want to spread the word. I just think it has so many applications and for people with back pain, and just for really stimulating the muscles in a way that conventional weight training doesn't.
It's 20 minutes. I mean, there's no excuse. So anyone with an injury can do it because it can be joint friendly as well, and it's quick and it's a whole body workout all in one go. So.
And also, Pippa was, I mean, you've been through the mill. I mean, you recently had a massive health challenge, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you seem to have really bounced back. But you were a former triathlete.
Yeah, I competed for New Zealand as an age grouper when we were living here. And then when we moved back to Great Britain, I competed for Great Britain. So done a bit over the years, about 10 years now.
And this is the place that I knocked her off a bike.
Oh yeah, it was actually.
Really?
Yeah, just
What,
before
how come?
about a week before the World Champs. He cut me up and I fell off my bike.
Well, I bet you had an interesting night that night.
I know. And he said, "Oh my God, the bike!" And I said,
Oh my God, the bike!
My knee. Yeah, no, but I was all right. I was fine. I came through it. But yes, it's did a lot of training here in New Zealand because it's absolutely fantastic. I don't know whether you can scan
Take a moment.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
We used to swim in the sea, all the training in the sea. Literally come off. You can see some hills there, so running and cycling up the hills. Absolutely fantastic place to train.
It's called
So
Torpedo Bay. And
Yeah.
behind us is the local
ground.
Devonport
Oh, wow.
cricket ground.
Did you ever play there?
Yes, I did actually. Yeah, in fact, I coached cricket down here with the young kids. If you can imagine 100 plus kids down here playing on a Saturday morning, that was quite special back in the day.
yeah.
And what a view! Can you just come over here? We used to eat our fish and chops.
Fish and chops.
Fish and chops here
Fish and chops.
on a Friday evening. Bottle of wine, fish and chips, and you know it doesn't get better.
You never lost your accents though, did you, when you were here?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think people say we sound very English now.
Yeah.
But we still use a few words like jandals. Jandals
What's
are flip-flops.
Flip-flops.
Yeah, we still use that word. Lollies, sweets.
Well, it is amazing to be on the other side of the world
It is.
with you guys. I don't think anything happens by kind of randomness. I think it all kind of somehow, and you and I have had a few conversations about this recently around how maybe the universe is somehow conspiring to help us in some way.
Yep. Bring us together. Spend time, you know, with people. It's amazing how sort of people come into your lives. I mean, we spoke about a good friend of ours, Jake Pierce, who,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he introduced me to swimming, funnily enough. I introduced Jake to fitness. He had his own fitness challenges, and he was just into his swimming. And
then you introduced me to him, and
Yep.
through that connection, we came up with the business name My365.
that's right.
And I forgot about that until I saw you guys recently. So I am hugely grateful to spend some time with you and document some of this and be a part of my little video diary that I've been now shooting for 9 weeks. And yeah, long may it continue.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Well, we're going to go up North Head now in a second.
Yeah.
So this is North Head. This is one of the volcanic islands. Not an island, a volcanic. Yeah. What do you call it? The peninsula, really, of Devonport. And yeah, we're going to have a little walk up there. This is also where, when World War II was threatening to hit the shores of New Zealand, and the Japanese were threatening to invade, this is where they put a lot of their defences. So you've got lots of tunnels
Really?
and guns and
had no
gun
idea.
placements and stuff like that up here, and
points.
lookout points up here. So this is quite an interesting little mound to go and walk up. It's
Well-
also quite challenging on a bike.
Well, I'll tell you what, carrying this weight. I know you were big fans of Hannah, and I know that it hit both of you
Yeah.
really hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's. I appreciate that. I could see just how precious life is. I think
Yeah.
that's how much that's how it hit you, didn't it? I think it hit a lot of people. Just
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that us coming back here for a holiday, reminds us of a special time in our lives with the kids and sort of bringing them up, and coming back here. What is it? Almost. We left 2012, so it's almost sort of 12 years later to come and see the place that we brought our kids up and spent many, many happy memories. Has been quite emotional for us as well.
I bet.
And it does give you a perspective, and also gives you a lot of gratitude, for what life's about. North Head.
There we go.
Well, I'm very grateful to the two of you, because I know that you've always been fans of who I am and what I do, and I'm delighted to be here with you. And let's just let that go past. When I asked you before, why did you come here? I actually didn't mean why did you come here the first time, but I'm glad you answered the question. I was actually meaning, why did you come here this time?
This time? Oh, well, it's my 60th about 2 weeks ago. And one of the things I wanted to do was see Coldplay. So I went onto the website to see where they were playing in their world tour. It was all sold out. But I finally saw one right at the end of the itinerary, which is
Go on, carry on.
Eden Park, Auckland. So I booked 2 tickets.
And what did Ian think about that?
Well, he was a bit surprised, I think. I said, well, we've got to go now. We've got to go now.
Well,
Book the tickets.
My wife's perspective on life at the age of 60 is kind of all of a sudden pivoted, and she's doing crazy, wild things, such as booking tickets without having even booked a flight. But it's given us a great excuse to come back home, our spiritual home, and spend some quality time.
Yeah.
And how were Coldplay?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Fantastic.
Absolutely
we went
incredible.
on the last day of their world tour, which has been they've been touring all year since January. Massive schedule, and we were at the last one.
Wow.
And that was an itinerary.
Yeah.
They've been all over the world, so they were fantastic.
Really good. There's another beach down there. You can see that's why we're on a peninsula.
Well, I have to tell you guys, this is without doubt, being here with you, this spot here has to be one of the most beautiful spots I've ever been to in my life. It is remarkable.
Yeah. Can you also imagine some days? They have orca.
The whales.
Orca whales will sometimes come into this bay.
Well, it's ironic that on this beach over there, which is Cheltenham Beach, which, as I said, we were at university, I just got this out, which I have now taken to, I don't know how many countries, but I'll tell you what, I've got so much fitter carrying that around.
Yeah, bet.
Yeah.
Carrying another 8 kilos with you.
Oh,
Why wouldn't you?
can I ask what you're kind of looking at in particular? Because there was a boat that just went out there.
Oh, that's a French ship. They came into berth in the city over the last few days. These guys are ship drivers in training, and I'm just teaching them how to make a contact report.
It is 5:21 in the morning. It is Wednesday today, and what a day ahead. I'm off to a place where I'm going to have a one-to-one fitness session using the EMS, which is what I use at home, which are these suits that fire off electrical impulses and really stimulate muscles. I'm doing that, and then I'm going to meet the most incredible lady. Yesterday when I was with Pippa and Ian, they were telling me about this lady whose story is ridiculous in terms of what she has been through. From grief to cancer to Parkinson's to a heart transplant. You couldn't make it up, literally. And I'm going to go and spend some time with her. I'm going to record. We're all in the story-making business, and people have got stories they want to tell and share to inspire others, because the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, we're all going to face hardship in our life. That's just how this whole thing goes. Shall I jump on this? Or shall I use my Scotch eggs? Scotch eggs is Cockney rhyming slang for legs. I almost said for eggs. It's so quiet here. I've fallen in love with New Zealand. It is so peaceful. It's so beautiful. And so are you. Let's go. Wow, right now I'm standing, and I'm just filming this as well so I can show it to you. This tower in Auckland, Sky City. I mean, someone made that. Someone came up with that idea. Great job. Great job. Thanks for listening, guys. So here I am. This is EMS, and I'm going in for my session. And this is Amanda. I'm turning the camera around. There you are. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
How long have you been doing EMS for?
So training-wise, I've been training since 2017 and run the studio since about February 22.
And what do you love about it?
I love being able to help people. So anyone who wants to get fit, strong, lean, toned, or anyone who's rehabilitating from an injury, I just love people helping them on their journey because EMS technology is...
It is phenomenal. I mean, it really is. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I use it, but the difference it's made for me has been incredible. So you're going to put me through my paces today, yes?
Absolutely.
Good. Butcher me. No, I'm joking. No, don't do that. Do whatever you want.
All right. And that's with at 150, so that's just to, you know, cool you
Just
down,
relax the muscles.
get the muscles to start recovering. So that should feel really nice.
Oh, well, it's amazing what you can do in 20 minutes, right?
Yeah. Awesome. Well done. Well
I
done.
really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. I in the famous words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. So I definitely
Glad to hear it.
come and see you before I go home. That was an amazing session. And look, this is how other people choose to exercise. This is Les Mills, that has done so much to revolutionize the industry, the health and fitness industry, with group exercise classes. And I'm going to be meeting loads of people in the industry on Saturday. Just a few hours away, I'm getting ready to deliver the best presentation of my entire life. And I want to share it with you guys. I'm just on the ferry to Devonport, which is where I went yesterday, and I'm on my way to go and interview Nick Russell. I've just been watching her TED Talk. I've actually watched it twice. What grief taught me about resilience. I'm really looking forward to talking to her. I've got my notes here. I know I'm going to learn a lot from her, but one of the things I'm committed to doing is really sharing with people how people deal with difficulty. You know, how they deal with grief, how they deal with loss, how they use their thinking. It's fascinating. If we all just stopped and actually just realized the control we have over what goes on in here and the relationship we have with ourselves. And look, that life ultimately is hugely testing. It's always testing us. But I'm so intentional now about spending time with these people and trying to go very deep to see how they have managed to get on with their lives and inspire so many people. I can't wait to share this with you.
And I look at the way she lived it, and that's what inspires me. So, and then the turn of the corner when I'm faced with adults in adult groups, it's like going, I look at this child, and it's like going, she was having a hard day, but she's actually loving her life, and that's what I live my life by, and that's what I think. And that's where my pole in the sand is. And I think it's a hard metric for many people because I had Kenzie as my metric. So I had the trauma of putting my child through invasive medical procedures, but yet she lived it life and she really loved it. Even on her birthday or third birthday shoot, an NG tube drew and she was bald as anything and she was laughing and giggling and having a wonderful time. No, I wouldn't have got that from an adult.
No.
You know what I mean? Obviously, you know.
Sounds like she was an amazing teacher.
She was an amazing teacher, and children do teach it well. So, but that's unfair to me to put it onto other people. Other people, you know, if you know, I've dealt with, you know, childhood cancer and her dying, my own cancer diagnosis, being a single mum, you know, being on my own, like away from family, you know, then going into heart failure, having Parkinson's, then going through a heart transplant, and still, you know, doing the charity and stuff. But that's what it's the thing that keeps me going is her, and it's the lessons that she taught me at only 3. And I think for many adults, I wish they could see that, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody to experience what we went through. But other parents who have gone through it will know what I'm talking about.
I think it's really important just to kind of just review that conversation with her, and what a wonderful place to review a conversation, being right by this tree. This has to be one of the most extraordinary trees I've ever been around. And Nick is also one of the most exceptional human beings I've ever been around. And spending that time with her and listening to her story of what she's been through, the loss of her child, the cancer, heart transplant, Parkinson's, and yet she is an adventurer. And she used to do adventure activities, you know, running, cycling, swimming, diving, and she loved those adventures. But she's now been called to so many adventures that she didn't necessarily choose, but have happened. And the mark of who she is how she has dealt with all of this. And she's dealt with it in a way where she keeps finding a way to move forwards, to find meaning. And I think there's nothing more important than sharing these stories with the world, because we all love stories, right? We all love stories, but I think there are stories that are real and we all relate to, because we're all going to have difficulty and challenging times in our life, and all that really matters is how we deal with it. And I learned a lot from her. I really, really learned. And once again, it made me appreciate the fragility of life, how fragile life is. But all that really matters is being there for people. That's all we can do, be there for people. I'd love you to listen to this podcast when it comes out. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. I'd love you to help her. She needs help. And I want to highlight people like this, highlight real heroes in society who are doing such important work. Her charity is supporting families and young children who get hit by loss and grief, death, and they need help, because we all need help. You know, the only reason this tree is here is because it's helped by the soil, it's helped by the wind, it's helped by the sun, it's helped by the rain. And humans have a real habit of dividing everything, and we need to bring everything together. It's called common humanity. So yes, onwards and upwards. So I just treated myself to a massage here, Thai massage. Oh, I really, really, really needed that. Carrying this weight around with me, it definitely takes it out of my shoulders and back, but it's worth it. It's worth it. But it's just like we're all like sports cars. That's where I look at it, and we need to be looked after. We need to be fine-tuned by what we eat, what we drink, and of course, how we think. Now, I am going back into the mainland, because I'm on this little island, Devonport, and I'm going to go and see my old school friend who I've not seen for so many years. He's been here for 35 years. So this is going to be beautiful. Guy is on his way to meet me, and I have not seen him probably since about 1986, 1987. And we were best friends when we were about 6 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I didn't see him for about 5 years. And then I saw him in Salcombe when I just finished school. That was probably the last time I saw him. So he's on his way to come see me. He's on his bike. And I'm just waiting here for him. I can see you.
Oh wait. Oh my lordy, look at it.
I'm filming you.
I won't swear then.
Happy, beautiful day. Good morning, everybody. It's early doors. It's about 4 a.m. I'm actually dressed and ready to go. I was actually just seeing how this shirt looks. How do you think this shirt looks? Today, super special day. I'm spending it with just a small group of people, and we're working all day on mindset. It's called the Fitness Mindset Academy. These are all people that work in the fitness space, and we're going to be really delving into how we can make the most of this, how we can work on our goals, our beliefs, our willpower, our habits, and I know it's just going to be a great day. We've just spent a fantastic day together. We've been looking at what have we been looking at, guys? Come on.
So much.
It's that intention.
Intentions, yeah, good. What about intentions?
Seeing beyond where you are.
Seeing beyond where you are, yes. I'm so glad you said intentions. Takeaways from today?
being able to see the future person or version that you want to be,
Yes.
and finding empathy, connecting to that person.
Yeah, hugely powerful. Biggest takeaways?
Probably the willpower side of things, Pete. Really appreciated the overarching pretty much everything really. So there's a lot to take on board and a lot to remember, but I'm going to look forward to looking over this stuff next week when this dust settles, and keeping in touch.
Well, honestly, I've had a fantastic day. I've really enjoyed every moment that we've spent together, and I'm always thinking, okay, where do we go from here? So what's next? You've said what's next, let the dust settle. Yeah, what's next?
What's next would be implementing all these learnings into everyday life, into sessions with my clients, one-on-one, group sessions.
And what do you do?
I am a health and wellness coach.
Yeah, and you teach classes, and you teach individuals as well?
Yes, so I mostly do one-on-ones, but I teach kickboxing and strength.
And why do you do what you do? Of all the things you could do, why do what you do?
I just love it. It energizes me, it gives me a reason to wake up, and it's something that brings me joy. And it brings other people joy. So it's that connection to other people as well as myself.
Well, you've definitely brought us joy today, hasn't she? So what do you do?
I manage a Les Mills program in Gisborne, where I live.
And why do you do that?
Because it gives me a lot of fulfillment, working with people and making a difference to their lives.
And you've enjoyed today, right?
Yes.
Come on. Such a small group. It's been intimate. We must get a photograph as well, actually, before we leave. But I really want to thank you guys. I've had a fantastic time with you, and I'm sure we'll meet again. You've all been to the UK as well, haven't you? Thank you. There's nothing like a Christmas market going on. I might be in New Zealand. There might be the sun beating down on us, but it's Christmas. So I'm so pleased I found these guys, because I'm getting a design t-shirt printed with a very, very special logo on it. I'm going to film this guy making it. It's the end of my first week here in New Zealand. It's been amazing. Tomorrow things get interesting. I've got 2 big keynote presentations this weekend on Saturday and Sunday to hundreds of people, and I've had this t-shirt printed specially. Don't let your shit stop your hit. What is shit? Shit is stress that hinders our ability to think intentionally. And what is hit? Hit is when we learn to harness our ability to think intentionally. I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me. I can't wait to show you what's coming up as I start a road trip here in New Zealand after my keynote presentations. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying this content, please let me know, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.